Hello and welcome. This will be a presentation on the implementation of an electronic health record system using the Merlin project management system. The purpose of our project is just simply to plan out the timeline of a project that was given to us by the professor. We need to calculate start and end dates for specific tasks. That is what the Merlin project system will help us do. After completing the project, we found that the total amount of work days used by the Merlin project is 238 days, and that is specifically work days. If we include weekends, it will take 332 days to complete the project that was assigned to us by the professor. The project should begin on Monday, February 23rd, 2009. And it is scheduled to end on Friday, January 20th, 2010. Now, the work structure of this project had 7 key categories, including patient information management, laboratory, radiology, nutrition and food services, pharmacy, imaging, and clinical information systems. These categories were basically contingent on one another, so for the most part, and you can see by beginning and ending dates, when one ends, the other begins. So, as you can see, patient information management ends on April 20th, 2009, and about a week before that, on April 14th, 2009, laboratory begins. The discrepancy is because there is training involved in patient information management, and that training doesn't affect the ability for the configuration of laboratory to begin. So all in all of the dates, start and end dates are there, and as you can see, the start date is 2/23/09 for the first project, and the end date for clinical information systems, the last component of the project, is 1/20/2010. Quickly, here is a screenshot from the Merlin project management system. The Merlin project management system allows the user to basically plot in different sets of time that needs to be done, so configuring certain tasks and training for those tasks, and you can connect those to the next task. So you can say, alright, configuration of chemistry is going to take 10 days, and then when that ends, microbiology will begin, which will then take another 10 days. So that way, the project management software keeps track of how many days things are taking, and will automatically calculate for you when things are supposed to begin and when things are supposed to end. In introspection, Merlin was really easy to learn. And I felt it very easy to use. It only took a video shown to us by the instructor and maybe a half hour playing around with it to get everything down right. It shows that Merlin, the project management software as a whole, is a quick way of planning a project that has many, many tasks and facets involved with it. It considers when tasks need to be done in a certain order, which is often the case when you're doing a project. Things need to be done in a sequential order, so it's very helpful in defining what that order is and when you can begin and when you can stop. Finally, just a note, I mentioned it throughout the show, but the movie, but configuration versus training was something that was a bit of a hiccup during the actual Merlin process, putting things together. Each task, or for most of them, they had a configuration and a training component. Basically, the following task was only contingent on the configuration component, so you can complete the configuration component and then start the configuration component for the next task. However, you also had to make sure that you put time in for training, but just noting that the following task wasn't contingent on the completion of training. Thank you very much.